Yo, welcome back, guys. So the title of this video was called Everything's Gonna Be Okay. But what exactly do I mean by that? I mean that life is gonna be okay. But let's get into it for a little bit. Listen, I'm 23, and I joined the Air Force in 2023. And I'll be honest with you, I don't have everything figured out. And for a while, that was a problem. But the more I live, the more I realize that it's not. It's actually quite normal. See, when you're young, it feels like everyone has expectations. Your family might want you to go to school, get married, start a career. Online, you see these 20-year-olds running businesses or traveling the world, and then you compare yourself and think, am I behind? I've done that quite a lot. But comparing yourself to others is like comparing your Minecraft world to someone who's been playing for years and with mods attached. But hey, guess what? You're just getting started, and that's honestly okay. So, when I joined the Air Force, it gave me a lot of structure that I didn't know I needed. But it honestly didn't give me all the answers that I was looking for. I've had moments where I thought, is this really what I want forever? And mind you, I've only been in coming up on 2 years. So it hasn't been that long, that long to think about it. But is this really what I want forever? And the next question I ask myself is, what's next for me after this? And that's the part people don't talk about. You can make big moves in life and not know your full plan, but that doesn't mean that you're fully lost. It just means that you're still building. Even right now, outside of the military, I'm exploring, trying to learn new things, and just overall just trying to grow. And honestly, sometimes it feels like I'm wandering in a Minecraft cave. Dark, not sure what the exit is. But when you stumble on diamonds, you stumble on diamonds when you least expect it. And that's how just life works. I think the biggest thing is reminding yourself is that there is no deadline for figuring life out. Some people find their passion at 18, others they find their passions at 40. But that doesn't mean make one person sorry, my bad. That doesn't make one person more successful than the other. It just means that their story is different. If you rush just to keep up, you risk building a life that doesn't even feel natural to yours or what it is that you want to do. You might finish it, but at the end of the day, you'll still feel empty. Taking your time lets you build something more meaningful. So whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever it is that you're aspiring to do, just go out and do it. Just do it without letting the opinions of others affect what it is that you're trying to do, or what the opinions of others affect what it is that you're wanting to do. Because at the end of the day, that just leads and ends up in failure, and you don't want that. You don't want to be. You want to live your life on your own accord and at your own speed. So for those of you that are watching this video, and if you're like me in your early 20s, or if you're or if you're 17, 18, about to graduate high school, or hell, if you're even later on in life, or like a little bit more deeper into your 20s, about to enter 30, and you feel like you're behind, just know that you're not behind. You're actually on the right path, and you're moving at your speed, which at the end of the day is the right speed. Like I said, I'm 23 in the Air Force, and I'm still trying to figure it out every day. And you know what? I've actually made peace with it. No, correct me. I'm correcting myself. I am making my peace with it with each day that I get to live out. Life isn't about having all the answers early. It's about learning, growing, and building step by step. Just like in Minecraft, the fun isn't only in the finished product of whatever it is that you're building. The fun is found in the process and the in between moments of what it is that you end up building. But hey, like I said, I'm just a guy who doesn't even have his own life figured out. And honestly, that may not give me, a lot of credit, to be talking about, life in general. But I wanted to, sit down with, have a sit down talk, with, and just be vulnerable and just be, yeah, and just be vulnerable, because life is just not, it's not what it is that you see every day on social media. You have, I'm being realistic. Going back to what I was saying, talking about, these, you're seeing like these 20-year-olds, young teenagers, being full-blown entrepreneurs, having full-blown businesses. They're over here traveling. They're in one country and then they're into the next. I'm here to tell you that life for the average person is not that at all. To get to that point, it's gonna take. It may take a year. It may take a month, 3 months, 6, 9, upwards up to a year, or maybe even longer before you achieve what it is that other people have. So don't let the finished product of what someone else has, or don't let the finished product of what someone else has already built, distract you or tear you down from what it is that you want out of your life. Because I'm gonna be real again. I've gone through that many times, and at the end of the day, it's done nothing but just discourage me, because I thought again that I was failing somewhere. But the more you live, the more you learn, and with all the lessons that I've learned, that I continue to learn. Oh, what the hell? That squid just died. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. But with everything that I've learned and everything that I continue to learn, I'm grateful for the lessons that I've learned, because, it's led me to want to chase after, it's led me to want to chase after, after higher milestones and after higher and visions that I once never had for myself. So I hope this video reaches the right audience. And again, like I said, if you're in your early 20s, about to graduate high school, or you're in the middle of high school and you're, freaking out about, what to make of your life, or like, whether or not college is your thing, whether or not, you want to just work full time. Hey, I get it, and I've been there. But the moment you learn to just relax, take a deep breath, and just know that your life is just getting started, that's where the building happens. That's where the and I'm gonna keep all this in, mind you. Like I'm not gonna edit. I'm not gonna cut, no jump cut. I'm not doing any. I'm keeping this all 100% real and authentic. So mind the stutters. That's where the pruning begins. And I say pruning because I'm a believer. I believe in God, and I try to live out my life every day through His Word and what His Word says about me. Actually, what His Word says about all of us. We're all called to do things here on this earth. We're all called to spread His Word and His gospel. And one verse that actually helps me out a lot, or one verse that I try to live my life daily, and it actually, and I reminded myself of this verse every single day, especially when, things look gloomy, things look dark, things look, just not, and just things look where it is that I wouldn't want them to be at. It's Romans 8:18. Romans 8:18 says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." So whatever trials you're facing, whatever, storm you might be in, just know that God is there and that he's going to pull you out of it. And you also have others around you that want that will help you do the exact same thing. But hey, like I said, I'm just a guy still trying to figure out his own life. But anyways, thank you for y'all hanging with me today. If you need this reminder, leave a comment down below and just let me know. And remember, you're not in this alone. We're all just trying to figure it out together. So with that being said, take it slow, build your world, and I'll see you guys in the next one.